Eldoria was a beautiful kingdom. It was filled with lush forests and sparkling rivers. The people of Eldoria were kind and hardworking. They loved their princess, Stephanie. Stephanie was known for her beauty. She had long, flowing hair and bright blue eyes. But Stephanie was more than just beautiful. She had a kind heart and a strong spirit. She loved her people dearly. Stephanie wanted the best for her kingdom. She listened to her people. She helped those in need. Stephanie was a true princess. She ruled with grace and wisdom. The people of Eldoria were lucky to have her. A terrible drought struck Eldoria. The sun beat down relentlessly. The rivers dried up and the crops withered. The once fertile lands became barren and cracked. The people of Eldoria suffered. Their wells ran dry. Food became scarce. The laughter and joy that once filled the kingdom were replaced by worry and despair. The king and queen were worried. They tried everything to bring back the rain. They held ceremonies and offered prayers, but nothing seemed to work. The drought continued, casting a long shadow over Eldoria. Princess Stephanie felt the pain of her people. She wanted to help them. She decided to leave the castle walls. She wanted to see the suffering firsthand. Stephanie disguised herself as a commoner. She put on simple clothes and covered her head with a shawl. She slipped out of the castle unnoticed. Stephanie walked through the streets of her kingdom. She saw the despair in the eyes of her people. She heard their cries for help. Stephanie's heart ached for them. She knew she had to do something. She was determined to find a way to help. Stephanie came across a small bakery. The smell of baking bread was faint but inviting. She stepped inside and met Mora, the baker. Mora was an elderly woman with a warm smile and kind eyes. Her face was etched with lines of worry due to the drought, but her spirit remained unbroken. Mora told Stephanie about her struggles. She spoke of her empty shelves and her dwindling supplies, but Mora also spoke of hope. She believed that the people of Eldoria could overcome this challenge if they stood together. Stephanie was deeply moved by Mora's words. She realized the importance of unity and hope in times of adversity. Section 5. A Glimmer of Hope, the Harvest Festival. Inspired by Mora's words, Stephanie had an idea. She proposed organizing a festival. It would be a celebration of hope and unity. They would call it the Harvest of Hope. Mora was surprised. She looked at the young woman, her heart warmed by her concern. "A festival?" she asked, a flicker of hope igniting in her eyes. "Yes," Stephanie said, her voice filled with determination. "A festival to remind us of the good times and the harvest to come. A time to come together, share what we have, and keep our spirits high." Stephanie returned to the castle. She couldn't reveal her true identity to Mora, but she could still make the festival a reality. Stephanie spoke to her parents. She shared her experiences and her plan. The king and queen were worried about their daughter venturing out alone. However, they were moved by her compassion and her determination. They agreed to support the festival. News of the Harvest of Hope festival spread throughout Eldoria. The people were hesitant at first. How could they celebrate when their stomachs were empty? But Stephanie's spirit was infectious. She traveled from village to village, spreading the word. She reminded her people of their strength, their unity, and their unwavering spirit. The night of the festival arrived. The townspeople gathered in the town square. Lanterns illuminated the night, casting a warm glow on the faces of the people. It wasn't a grand feast. People brought what little food they had left. They shared stories, songs, and dances passed down through generations. Children played, their laughter echoing through the square, momentarily chasing away the worries of the drought. Stephanie, still disguised, watched her people celebrate. A wave of warmth spread through her heart. Despite the hardship, they had found a reason to smile. The festival was a testament to their resilience. It was a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. As the night of the festival reached its peak, the wind picked up. The sky, clear just moments ago, turned a brooding gray. A low rumble echoed in the distance. The people, initially worried, looked at each other, their faces reflecting a mix of fear and hope. Could it be? Was the drought finally coming to an end? Suddenly, a bolt of lightning cracked across the sky, followed by a deafening roar of thunder. Rain. It began as a drizzle, then intensified into a heavy downpour. Cheers erupted from the townspeople. They raised their faces towards the sky, their laughter mixing with the sound of the rain. The rain, however, didn't stop. It continued to pour relentlessly for days. The once parched riverbeds overflowed, and the streets turned into raging torrents. The celebration was cut short as the people of Eldoria realized they were facing a new danger, a devastating flood. Panic threatened to engulf the kingdom, but amidst the chaos, Princess Stephanie stood tall. She discarded her disguise and revealed her true identity. Her people, witnessing their princess's courage, rallied together. Stephanie organized rescue efforts. She guided people to safety, her voice a beacon of calm amidst the storm. She inspired everyone with her bravery and compassion. The storm eventually subsided, leaving behind a trail of destruction. But the drought was finally over. The land, once barren, was now fertile and ready for planting. The people of Eldoria, united by their shared experience and inspired by their princess, rebuilt their lives. The Harvest of Hope Festival, initially conceived as a celebration of hope, inadvertently brought the rain they so desperately needed. The kingdom flourished. The fields were once again abundant with crops. Laughter returned to the streets of Eldoria. Princess Stephanie's courage and compassion during the drought and the subsequent flood became a tale told and retold through generations. She was no longer just Princess Stephanie, she was the good princess. She had proven that even in the face of adversity, hope, unity, and compassion can overcome any challenge. Eldoria, once on the brink of despair, thrived under her just and compassionate rule. The story of Princess Stephanie served as a constant reminder that even in the darkest of times, a single spark of hope can ignite the spirit of an entire kingdom.